What a mess, what a mess, what a mess. Good morning, folks. It's 7:03 a.m. on the 6th month, 16th day, 2025. I'm looking at here is all this came that's wicked a lot of moisture into the air, because when you're making a cloud condensate that adds up into to what you see here, cloud masses, you're making moisture going here. See that line there? That's not a black chemtrail. That's a shadow, by the way, of this. It indicates that the sun is coming from this angle. I can see that it's dangling, it's angling. You'll see a lot of scalar energy was used today to create some action that you guys had. And if I do a bit of a zoom bit here, you'll see if we look over here and here, like you're doing around here, you see a beam coming out. You'll see a beam line that goes across here. You see a beam. Yeah, that's a new way of trying to do it, because that's why I don't have to use the pen. But why don't we? Let's just bring Mr. Squiggles in, and let's just see how good the hotspot is. And thank you guys for your support. It's allowed this broadcast today, because when the house internet goes out, I have to go with, see this here? There's a beam there. You had a beam shoot. Something is here. Something is right here. Right? So keep an eye over there. Something has shot here. It's shot down. It's shot up. So it's influencing that there. And if you have trouble seeing this, just watch it on a tally screen. Yeah, I can't help the size of the phones you use, by the way. Though I do feel for you on it. See this here? It's big scalar energy. This came from inland. There's a device up there where the nexus point is of these beams, where I'm triangulating now. It's right here, to be exact. It's a device. Okay, so next red here came along. So these are putting also a lot of scalar forms that show up real visibly in the cloud formations themselves. So I know the beaming itself has caused a corridor of flow to occur. Let's go green, super green, like the forest that I love. Through that area there is about to get the wets. And I'm talking fairly quick. I see one more beam line here. If I can zoom this up a bit. See this right here? That's also going to shave moisture in. So anything that was trying to go south of that can't. It has to come in here. And that means it comes in at the can corridor. And I'm expecting some fair totals over the next 3-4 days. But the next 36 and 48 hours is going to be fair critical. I can run this for you so you can see. And with all my sound effects and stuff. Getting fried. And I must say that the earthquake risk right now for New Caledonia and Vanuatu is extremely high due to such electromagnetic activity. And they love to say there's a solar mass ejection or something, X-flare, to cover the fact that they need to make big beams to manipulate moisture. They're doing a big number in the tropics. Watch it here in this little corridor where my fingers are. You'll see some lines up here. And that's helping to control the flow up in towards China, Vietnam, and Siam itself, that peninsula, because they got some big floods coming there. So let's watch. See that line there? There's your flood line. That's where the heavier flow is going to come. And this is a new screen image this particular hour. And so I see now that the forecast I gave you last week, speaking terrible totals, it was done. So what I want to do now is show you some of the scalar energy that correlate the beams themselves. So how do they affect the clouds is a very important thing to consider. Otherwise, you just guess and stuff, right? So I got a scalar square here, look. See this here? Here's one. Yeah, it's important to do this. What kind of pulses do they do to dimple the upper atmosphere? You see where the cloud break was there? Did you see it? You see the beam line holding the back here? You see this beam line holding that there? See it? See it? See it? Come on now, keep up with me. This is an actual full-on scalar square right here. And this one's going to be a pocket where what the moisture in here stays. It's more open on the back end. If I take that square out, you'll see how this still has a flow coming in here, but yet the top deck is cut off. That means the tropical air is going under the I'd call that less tropical, but it's still fucking hot, moist, sticky. But what's come up here from the bite to influence it has made that an extremely volatile situation because I got hot down low, cold up top, and I got a wedge in the middle. And that's going to trigger us some thunderous activity. So I'm expecting thunderstormy things. I have another scalar square here. I can't draw the rest of it because that's missing, and to draw it in there would be wrong. To fake data is a bad thing. And so all we can do is mark what we see, right? So here's another scale on the edge of this. That chemtrail line there is another scalar square. So they've really got a lot of heated outflow. And when you get big scalar squares overlapping like this, it causes a blockage to flow or a path of resistance that causes the dynamics of, let's say, if something's going this direction, right, I can make it go, whoa, down by putting some EMF here to force it down. Like pigs in a chute, or sheep, when you're moving them to the slaughterhouse, they put bars down to move them places. Well, this is the same principle. Same principle. Ever hold an oar in the river? Now, do you see that fan move right there? It's got a pulse like this, curving. If you took a protractor out and a compass, you draw a full circle off that, wedge that off, you'll find it meets right here in this spot. Could Willis Island be beaming? Is Willis Island doing something? Have they forgot to turn off Willis Island's radar? I do not know. So I'm about to have a look. Let's see what Willis Island is doing over the last 12 hours. So this is just a live rolling of data. It's very off and on. Yeah, look. It's frightening. Look at the pulsations. It's rippling like a speaker, like a bass speaker. Boom, 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 boom. And the upper atmosphere is bouncing up and down as well. This is called infrasonic undulation type beaming. And inside that, I also see straight lines. Look. Let's see if we can show you the other beams. This devices on this island are capable of many things that I've noticed through the years of documenting the geoengineering. Many, many, many years of this. And challenged my understanding of geoengineering by giving forecasts. Main flow line that says you don't want to go is right in through here. Okay. Now inside there you also have wedges of beams. Here, here, and they'll all intersect where that center of that dot is. It kind of made the epicenter of the beams very, very obvious that the BOM NEXRAD station is beaming and helping control the weather. It is a NEXRAD. Just because when they bought it, it wasn't labeled that doesn't mean it wasn't upgraded to a dipole radar. Yes, some of you people out there trolled me on that. Hey, you chew your gruff, Billy Goat. Billy Goat's gruff. No, really. I just digress. So I'm going to roll through this as fast as possible because the data on this show is going to cost me a fortune. So there's been a lot of chemtrails to wick up crap in the atmosphere, because that's about what it's like. Well, skyria would come from the atmosphere, I guess. Big old sky shark right there, and boom, boom, plums going there. But I'm not going to run the live stream part where I show clouds as in motion, like I said, because I'm hotspotting this one. So this will be about a 4 gig of data show as it is. Ooh, see the weird pulsation pattern right here. You see, you got a device out here, a ship at sea, cruise ship could do these things. Some of those, the research vessel you guys sent me pictures of the other day, that's what it was. I mean, it has devices capable of that. See this square? Well, inside this square, you see this here? See the pulse? There's a wedge. See that wedge? And it's all pointing at something that's puffing smoke out. So I think you've got a ship out here of the cloud brightening variety out there that's capable of such things. And if Google behaves, I'll get it up there. Marine cloud brightening, Australia, Great Barrier Reef. You'll see this, some of these images of these ships. It make my point quite well. When you guys say something steaming it up, out here and pluming it, it'd be this type thing. And stop being done at the Great Barrier Reef. See that right there? Scientists. And this blocks sunlight from things. I know they say they reflect sunlight, but come on. You can't tell me that that's not going on out there in that spot. And so it has a EMF capability as well as a plume capability, because you clearly can see at a scalar square right here. And the pulse pattern. So it's running more than one kind of radar. Matter of fact, I see two distinct sweeps pointing at the same spot. So they're doing more than one layer of the atmosphere while they study the plumes themselves and to see what directions the particles go. And they call them particles. You see that, wedges? It's such a trivial pursuit, just blocking the sunlight. We pay for that, these programs. And that's an obvious, to me, example of visible evidence of a geoengineering program going on that is supposed to be a proposal. Yeah, this is a kind of indecent proposal, man, where they're banging without paying. See that right there? The color of that plume? Like I say, you've got cloud brightening is far from brightening up my days. A lot of pulses in this area, so it's pretty easy to narrow down where things are calm. Excuse me, I need a drink. Need a little dry. Yeah, so that's a different color. Well, unless there's a cruise ship on fire out here. Enter the dragon. Ha! Look at these fucking skyria, big shardied up thing. What the hell kind of color of stuff is that? Did you have a big snow over there at Japoon National Park? Or has something else been deployed? Oh, that's a shadow. Might see this big a stop sign shaped cloud up here. Stop sign shaped. Yes, we need to stop it. That's its shadow. Okay, I don't determine. But inside this image here as well, you've got a radar here, right, where I'm pointing. You see what I did before with the wedges? You see that same luck. Same thing. Same goings on. Same. Mr. Same is in your sky. Called Batman. Yeah, you got a radar right here. See that epicenter right here? See that? Right there. There's a radar there. So I got wedgies pointing right at you. And this is their glitch, actually doing a pulse and a beam, similar to like what was being done on Willis Island. And you can see it in the clouds itself. So you can't tell me it's a glitch if this son of a bitch is causing cloud dynamics to change. This is the weather modification part, and that's what definition you have to go at. If you was to legally go at this, is not cloud seeding. This is weather modification. Chem bombs is geoengineering, but it is not cloud seeding. Cloud seeding takes an existing cloud and changes its dynamics. Existing cloud. Now I'm going to save that markup. So we have it. All right. If anything ever happens to me, how I've organized my all my files is you pick what day something happened and go look. And look a week ahead of time to see if I forecasted it and showed you all its dynamics. Usually 10 days ahead and 14 days ahead I do all the big storm if something ever happens to me. The data that I left in Ash, it might be invaluable. As the deleting of data and stuff on the feeds and in places that sell delay. I'm just pointing at another center of pulsation here. And devices don't have to be on your map. They have mobile radars. You ever seen those? Storm chasers have them. Australian mobile radar stations for BOM. You'll see these trucks. Mobile radar station. That's not quite the one I'm looking for. I just dropped my mouse. Oh my gosh, where's the carver knife? Where the tails of the mice? Oh no, where are the mice? Now that's just a mobile thing. They can anywhere they want, pull that up, set it down, and fry your asses. And they use that out there in the military ground down in Yeppoon. And I've picked up its signature a few times. Guess who sold that design? That's an Israeli design. Okay, so I'm going to show you some images of mobile radar for weather station. That's just one of your Now, this is a mobile weather truck. Put in the word truck. My apologies. That's just another kind. Radar weather truck. Look at this. I'm just having a morning. So here's the type things I'm talking about. You'll see trucks floating around with radars on them or domes like this. So that means they could beam from anywhere. They cause perturbances of molecules. Okay? Molecular disturbances of molecules heats them. Or if you disturb them in a way that slows them down, it would actually cool them. Look at this stuff. You have these in ice. I know this for a fact. So if you see one of them at your local gas station, and you go on your worldview and you have a peek, you go, hey, something happened. Hey, it made a line where the cloud stopped. But I'm just looking at, thousands and thousands of square kilometers of chem bomb sickness mix. And this is the one I seen that preceded the chem bomb asthma that killed people in 2016. I know the look. And so I was deeply concerned seeing this. And so seeing this preceding the rain, it doesn't surprise me. And this is a great medium for EMF to react with. Yep. Look at the waveforms here in the tip of Cannon Creek. I bet your ears are ringing. Some of you people that suffer from fibromyalgia and stuff might be having terrible pains today. Terrible, terrible pains over Ferry Hill. Look at these waveforms in the sky in this form to plasma. And that's the signature of EMF in this plasma cloud here. What was the chemical that made that occur? You have a fire over here, Byron? I don't know if it'll pull this up, this data. I'm really testing it. Testing the hot spot. Do you have a fire? I have to know. Is that chem? Is it not? We will find out. Computer says no, but it doesn't mean the data's not hidden. Okay, well, let's turn that off, because there'll be so many fires some places that it slows the signal down. Oh, sure, we always have square clouds right in that area where that ship was operating. Imagine that. Scalar square evidence again. It's just not a good thing to see, geoengineering, knowing that the whales are off the coast over here doing whale stuff, and every time they come up, this is what they're getting in their blowholes from us. Yeah, this is how good humans are. I don't think the humans are living up to their potential. And we should say we don't want to be human anymore. We want to be humane. Let's be excellent humans, and let's put the E on the end for excellence, and we will become humane beings that are symbiotic with this beautiful land over here. The land of the dingo, and the land of the dolphin, and the land of the no longer free. And the very unlucky country of Australia got sprayed like bugs. And look at the bombing of Harvey Bay. This stop sign formation, triple shot of sixes in the center. Why don't you just omen this shit? While they kill our prophets who warn us, while we stand around and look at our phones, kind of been a Bob Marley and the Wailer guy today. I cannot sit here silent and idly by while I watch my planet fried and killed by chemical catalyst deployed in our sky. So I encourage you to find one of the events that's occurring on the 25th of June and attend it to say no more, spray our sky. And it's a geoengineering event in 2 different Hyde Parks in 2 different countries, Hyde Park, England, and Hyde Park, Sydney, on the 21st. I fully intend, and has been arranged to have a word with both of them. I'm going to be in the one in London, England, and I'll be in the Sydney one via video. And that means I'll speak to 2 of you guys in the same day for the same type of event in 2 Hyde Parks. Why? Because I still have a voice in this, I still say I don't consent. And for every animal in your forest and the seas that I just mentioned, if I didn't say anything every day, I would be complicit. I would be doing this myself. You must always speak out about that which you think is unacceptable. And this is unacceptable. So here comes the big rains and thunders and lightnings and the totals coming for you guys up there. Thank you, Willis Island. What you doing out there, Willis? I'm frying them, man. I'm frying them. Fried, 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 getting fried. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta raise my vibe. Looking at all them fries. Fries. Yes, fried and toxified. Use the tallow. Oh yeah, we didn't feed the animals that have that fat anything bad, did we? Fucking idiots. Oh, Robert. I see a lot of chess moves going on, and I always remember war sucks. Remember that war sucks. Every time you cheer an explosion in the background of one of these things you send in, and you don't have a tear, it's a little bit less of your humanity that you're showing. Yeah, I was in tears this morning watching this. I hope I don't ever stop being in tears watching a bomb go into a neighborhood. I counted about $10 million coming in 5 seconds in one video, flowing up on the ground. They could have bought school books, could have bought clothing, could have fed a child, could have been used to fight a system that's systematically doing this. Remember when Eisenhower warned us about the military-industrial complex? Well, it's not very complex to understand. It don't care about you. It just wants the money you allocate in your name, and that is all. They sell you stuff for your taxes to be used for, that are used to war you, to make you unhealthy, to dish your ease. Commercials in public television aimed at having adverts that will aim your mind toward the wanting of this system that does this. You call me crazy all you want. I'd rather be crazy and be sane in my mind than out in the world of the sane when I open the door, because you want me to live in a sane world. Then once I open the door and step there, I am insane. You guys just really confuse me. You really, really do. Yeah, so there's your main event that came in and through. It's just long periods of wet, 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 wet. But over here coming about, was it this day here? And it's soon. I think it's about 32 hours from now, something like that. It might have changed because it took me a few hours doing this. This is when the nasty lines of the storm is coming through the main batch. So, batten down the hatches. Hold on, you lug nuts. You're about to catch a batch. Terrible totals expected in this short period of time. Due to what I call the King corridor from Townsville on north. The line that I mapped out on my video showed, on my wall, shows the storm line and of what the main things, and these totals are way too low. Yeah, I'm expecting by 18 centimeters through this corridor here between Innisfail and Cairns. And this stripe here is quite accurate where the most volatile tornadic activity is going to occur. Okay, so we're going to have to watch for the chem. You're going to have to keep your eyes on the skies, right? So you hit your satellite image like that, and you will go to like visible or the blue. And if you look here, you start to see some of the EMF lines boosting as the waveform goes through, and or a chem bomb blows up and causes a circular percussion ring to go out, like that haze you see going over the top of these when these bombs are going off out there in these wars that are somehow some people feel are not being paid for by this new president of the United States. I say no more to war. I don't care who's paying. It says to do it. When I see chemical attack on Australia going unspoken about in the news, when I hear politicians have the ability to bury their crimes under years worth of suppression orders so you can't see it, hashtag exposed to pedophiles 28. And when I see them killing up your mountains and they're not telling you guys your totals you can expect, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. I have a different map of the totals I'll show you. Yeah, I done the homework. We ain't playing games today because I know they do that in the middle, right before you do it live. They'll change the totals. This is what's expected along that corridor in that SWAT over here, where this hand is here. These fingers are about to pop up, and it is going to be in a curve. I'm like that, very accurate because the chemtrails said so, and that pulse wave that came up said so. Hem the chem. Collide the particles, make them big enough to fall, and that's what you got. And on the outskirts here, you're looking 10 and 11. and but dividing line's about Townsville north here. But the main batch is in. Has failed to the Karen corridor. You guys are always prepared for that. But are you always prepared when they bomb the skies? Are you prepared to say no and fight this? Will you join me fighting this? You have answered a call by even watching this. Now either do the call or don't. Phone ain't gonna ring forever. Ring, 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 motherfuckers. Chem bombs suck. That is all.